Hi guys. Today we're going to start learning about a logarithm. So we'll get there, but before we get to talking about a logarithm, we want to go back and do something that we already know how to do, and that's solving an exponential equation. So notice on the top part here, we're going to solve these by guessing and checking. This is something we've done a couple times this year already. Guessing and checking is a good problem-solving strategy. All right, so I'm going to say 10 raised to what power? I'm going to try 6. Ooh, way too big. That is a million. So 10 raised to the 4, 10,000. That's a little small now. I need 14,517, and we're rounding to the nearest hundredth. So that's 2 decimal places. So let's try 10 raised to the 4.2. Pretty good. 10 raised to the 4.15. Getting there. 145. That is still a little small. And let's try, that's a little big. And we could keep going out decimal places here for accuracy, but the directions just say 2 decimal places. I see 4.16 is a little too small. 4.17 is a little too big, but 4.16 is closer. So I'm going to say x is approximately 4.16. And so you're going to do the next two there, question 2 and 3 in your practice. All right, just guess and check on your calculator. This next section, I've set this up so that you should be able to do these without a calculator. I mean, again, you might need to use a calculator to check your answers, but you should be able to do it without. For instance, I'll just do the first one with you here. These are all nice answers, so there's no decimals. Okay, they're all going to be whole number answers here. So try and practice without a calculator. So this says 2 raised to what power is 8? And I know 2 squared is 4. 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So x is exactly 3 on that one. All right, we're going to move on to again, practice this. It's going to help you work through the next section. Please practice this because it's going to help you understand what a logarithm is. All right, so before we talk about a logarithm, we're going to talk about inverses. And we've talked a lot about inverse operations. So like if I start with 2 and add 5 to it to get 7, well, how do I get back to that original value there? Well, I know that the inverse of adding 5 is subtracting 5. So if I take 7 and subtract 5, I get back to that original value there. So addition of 5 and subtraction of 5 are inverses. I know you guys all know that. Likewise, what if I start with 2 and multiply it by 11? I get 22. Well, how do I undo that multiplication of 11? Well, if I go back to 22 and I divide it by 11, I get back to that starting value there of 2. So we know that multiplication of 11 and division of 11 are inverse operations. Same thing with if I cube 2, I get 8. If I cube root, that's a cube root. If I cube root 8, I get back to 2. Right? So how do you undo cubing something? Cube rooting. Again, you guys all know that too. All right, so here we go with, we're doing exponents up here. So how do you undo an exponent? It's with a logarithm. Logarithm. This actually comes from 2 words. They are, I believe, Latin. Logos, which means logical, and arithmus, which means number. So basically, this just means logical number. So basically, it's going to help you figure out an exponent. So if you see like, well, we know that 2 cubed is 8. If you see this, The way you say this, by the way, is log base 2 of 8. This log is this number here, logarithm. So this is asking what logical number do you have to raise 2 to get 8? And if you want to rewrite this, you can say, what logical number do you have to raise 2 to get 8? So what's the exponent that you have to raise 2 to get 8? So the answer to that is 3. So take a look down here. This is the section you're going to be practicing. What logical number do you have to raise 2 to get 8? If it helps, the answer is 3. But if it helps you, you can say, what do I have to raise 2 to get 8? So you can rewrite that logarithm as an exponent. A logarithm is finding the exponent for you. Okay, let's do one more together here. This says, what logical number do you have to raise 3 to get 81? Pause the video just for a second. See if you can figure that out, and I'll write it down. What logical number do you have to raise 3 to get 81? Okay, you've paused it. We're back now. So if you figured out without writing anything down, the answer is 4. You're correct. If you need to write something down, if it helps you, 3 raised to what power gives you 81? Write this off to the side. 3 raised to what power is 81? And I've set these up to be nice answers here. So 3 to the 4th power. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81. So 3 to the 4th power is 81. And that's going to be your practice today, guys, and we'll be building off of that in the coming days.